We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello there, thank you for joining us and welcome to yet another episode of Able Differently.
Today we have a great show lined up for you. I am Beatrice Nyokabi.
And I'm Benson Mungai.
Welcome.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
The Jaipur Food Project that's supported by the Rotary Club of Nairobi South has helped many persons with disability get prosthetic limbs. Last week, they celebrated the life of the beneficiaries together with the less fortunate in the society in an event that was well attended. Take a look.
The Jaipur Food Project, in conjunction with Rotary International and other organizers, converged at Lohana Mahajan Mandal, Nairobi, to celebrate the life of beneficiary amputees and the less fortunate in the society. The project, which is one of its kind in Kenya, has a total of 7 employees and it is usually funded by donations.
Jaipur Food Project was started by the Rotary Club of Nairobi South, and that was in response to the people from poor communities who have had their limbs amputated and they could not be able to afford the cost of artificial limbs through the normal hospitals. So there was a new technology in India which is much cheaper, and the Rotary Club Nairobi South started organized to import some machinery and employed some orthopedic technologists that were able to produce those artificial limbs, which are normally given to amputees free of charge. We don't charge them anything, but through the trustees of the Jaipur Food Trust and the Rotary Clubs and all other well-wishers, they give donations that help us buy raw materials to be able to produce the artificial limbs. So that's one of the reasons why we are here. Lohana community are among the people that give us support, financial support, to be able to buy raw materials and produce the artificial limbs.
Rotary clubs and other people are raising to the occasion beyond limitations to better the lives of children and other persons in need through availing the necessary resources.
In the first 7 months of the year, we were focusing on we've been focusing on growing the number of Rotarians in the district. And the reason we want to grow is because if we have more Rotary clubs across this region, we can then be able to solve some of those problems where children are going to school but they don't have resources, where families are lacking water, where mothers are not getting the kind of medical attention that they require. And Rotary clubs are able to cover some of those gaps through the funding and other resources that we're able to raise. And so we want to grow our membership by 50%, and we're very much on track in terms of growing those numbers. So far, until 29th of February, we've grown our membership by about 469 new Rotarians in our district. So we're very much on track to meeting our 50% growth. It is through today's event where you see corporations, you see Rotary, you see the Lohana Mahajan community coming together and being able to put together some resources so that we can make sure that some of the people who need our help the most, some of the ones who might not have a voice, they might not be able to come to Nairobi and make those requests, that those people are the ones that start to have this impact, and the impact we start to have an impact on their lives. And I'd say that if more Kenyans could be able to come and join hands with us, we'd be able to have a much greater impact and a much broader reach so that the people who are out in the really far-flung areas can start to get the support and assistance that they need.
The Jaipur Food Project was initiated with the aim of changing the lives of the less fortunate amputees in the society who are physically challenged. The beneficiary amputees, whether with congenital or accidental cases, have regained mobility through the artificial limbs they are fitted with.
I got to know about Jaipur Food Project after I cleared my class 8. I was taken to a special school. It's in Kisumu. It's called Joyland Special Secondary School. And the principal by then is the one who talked to my mom and informed her the importance of me getting an artificial limb, which will help me in my mobility. And that's when I was brought to Nairobi, and I went to Jaipur Food Project offices, and I was given a new leg.
Wakati nikatwa 2011 nilikuwa napeleka kamari huko APDK. Sasa walinisaidia, wakaniisha na watu ya Jaipur, wakanipea mguu. Nilikuwa na shida kutembea sababu mwili yangu ilikuwa mzito. Sasa kutembea na crutches ilikuwa ni shida, lakini nilipokuwa nikiendelea nikilia, wakaniisha watu ya Jaipur, wakanipeleka, wakaniproduce 2012 wakanipima mguu.
The limbs are fitted free of charge, and in the cases of children, they are changed after every 6 months. Those that can't be fitted with the artificial limbs are given wheelchairs. While the project's main objective is to restore the dignity and self-respect of the physically handicapped, it's upon everyone to push for an inclusive and better society.
Rotary is a compassionate organization. And it's a compassionate organization that can have an impact in your neighborhood, that can have an impact in your country. And we are looking at really being able to expand our reach so that more people understand what we do and that more people can participate in some of those programs. And when I look at what we're doing currently, we're helping in health centers across the country. We're doing tremendous amount of work in education. We're giving, when it comes to providing water and sanitation, people who've never had water and sanitation facilities are now getting water and sanitation facilities. And when it comes to peace building programs, a lot of the activities we do are really about building peace in some of these communities. But one thing that is becoming more and more in focus is the environment and nature. And we've been able to sign this partnership with the United Nations Environment Program around the Adopt a River initiative. And I see this partnership having wide-reaching effects across this country. Because the environment, if we don't have an environment, it's very hard for us as human beings to be able to survive. And so we're really looking at being able to clean up some of our key rivers here. When I was a child in Nairobi, we used to fish in some of our rivers. Now there's no life in those rivers. But there is hope, because they've done it in the Thames, they've done that in other rivers, the Mississippi and other rivers across the world, where they've been able to clean up those rivers to a point where life thrives. And I see a point where our rivers here would actually be able to have thriving life in them. And the children would then be able to play in those rivers, and those rivers will be a wonderful, continue to be a wonderful resource for us as a country.
The day's event was a success and was marked by donations that left smiles on the faces of those in attendance.
Napata wheelchair, magurudumu, gari za magurudumu ambazo zitawawezesha wanafunzi kutembea bila shida. Wakati mwingine wanafunzi wengine walikuwa ni kubebwa na walikuwa wanabebwa na wanafunzi wengine, ambayo ilikuwa ni vigumu sana kwa wanafunzi wengine. Wengine wanakuwa na brittle bones, unakuta mwanafunzi akiwa amembeba, ameanguka, amevunjika. Amekaa nyumbani for a month. Kama huyu kijana alikuwa ametoka nyumbani kwa sababu ya kuangushwa na wanafunzi wengine. Hivyo basi tunashukuru sana kwa hawa ambao wamejitolea kutupatia magari haya magurudumu, kwa sababu hao watoto sasa wanaweza kubebeka kwa urahisi.
Cause we're differently abled, differently.
We take a short break, we'll be back. Don't go too far.
Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Welcome back. Out of passion, Children from PCEA Umoja Academy are learning sign language every Monday and Wednesday as a way to bridge the gap between the deaf and hearing. Take a look.
My name is Manasa Musila Kemani. You?
Every Monday and Wednesday, pupils at PCA Umoja Academy get an opportunity to learn sign language.
My name is Masi Nyangasi, the patron Sign Language Club, PCA Umoja Academy. Yeah, it has been my passion throughout, since I've taught in many schools which did not have sign language. But fortunately, when I came to PCA Umoja, I felt like I can join the club because I had the urge to learn. So I went to our head teacher, requested him if I can coordinate the club, and then he granted me the permission, and I took the responsibility very positive.
My name is Wakio Njeru. I'm the sign language trainer. I teach children sign language. Why did I start teaching sign language? One, I wanted to bridge a gap between the deaf child and the hearing child. If you walk into a supermarket with a hearing child, most of the time you will see them stare at persons with disabilities. So we wanted to bridge that gap between the hearing child and the deaf child.
Various reasons, among them curiosity from the learners, necessitated the need to have the training sessions.
The sign language started 2 years ago, and this came as a result of the church starting the sign language, because we saw that there are members who could not be able to hear, and the church saw that they have to start a sign language. That is where the school borrowed from the church.
We started sign language because of 3 reasons. One, when we could go to church, children were so curious to see. There was a teacher by the name of Lucas, who happens to be the same teacher together with another called Wakio, who were doing sign language in church. So children were curious what is happening, because they see someone trying to do some signs. So out of this, we felt that it is a good thing. So we approached the church management. We asked if we can start the same in the academy, and we had no objection on the same. Number 2, I remember there was a parent who came. Both of them, they were deaf. So we could not communicate. We had to write so many full scraps communicating. I write, he writes, trying to explain. He had brought it. Even now he is a parent here. So we felt that this is a challenge. Now us, we never had an opportunity to learn sign language. And you know, with the age, sometimes some of the things may not be efficient. So we felt, why can't we do it to our learners? And we approached the Docas and Wakio, and we asked if we can start the sign language as a club in our school.
Sign language is taken as a co-curriculum activity since the Ministry of Education has not given a go-ahead to have it as a teaching subject.
We made it optional, just like other clubs, so that we don't bombard them with so many things. And we even advise the parents that we only allow a child to have not more than 2 activities because of time factor. And from there we started.
This has posed a challenge of getting teachers, forcing the school to outsource trainers.
A challenge that we got is none of our teachers is a sign language knowledgeable. So we had to get a patron, and we got a teacher by the name Mercy, who now took over the club, and we trusted the trainers. Of course, we had to ask for their CVs so that we know the kind of people we are giving our learners. Just like any other clubs, all those who come, we need to get their CV, we need to know their history, where they have been, where they go to church, so that immediately we give them to our learners, we are sure that they're in the right hands. of course with the link teacher who happens to be the patron. So parents were a bit hesitant to start with, but later they embraced the idea and off we started.
Teacher Mercy, who is the patron, says she does it out of passion and learns together with the pupils.
I had not learned, but because I wanted to learn, the only thing or the choice was to join the club.
To gauge their understanding and grasp, assessments are done.
I remember last year they organized for 2 outings where our children were able to go to a restaurant in Lavington, who happens to have all their waiters being deaf. So they were able to interact with them, they bought lunch and snacks from them. So from there they were able to embrace the idea even more. By the time they came back, they were very positive. And even that one helped the parents to see the relevance of having such a club in the school.
The pupils are quick to learn and enjoy the sessions so much.
I want to learn about sign language because I want to be, when I grow up, I want to be a teacher of sign language.
There is need to have this program in other institutions in order to bridge the gap between the deaf and the hearing, and they hope that it will be done as soon as possible.
We have an organization of Embakasi schools, around 60 of them. So we normally meet once a term, and we invited our trainers to come and talk to the hand teachers about the same. So they had a chance to talk to them, and probably from the feedback we are getting, many will be joining suit. And maybe in 2-3 years time, it will be a cluster thing. And we even suggested that during our competition, because we have a competition in music, we compete in sports, we compete in the curriculum activities, we thought of starting it as a competition amongst the schools that will have joined the sign language club. They come, join, compete, and that one will be able to spread it even to other schools.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Vera had difficulties while giving birth to her child Nancy, who has cerebral palsy. She has had to adjust her life in ways to ensure that Nancy is well. Take a look.
Anxious to welcome her unborn child to the world, Julia Waithera headed for the hospital as she had no labor pains, yet it was already past her due date. With much difficulty, she delivered a bouncing baby girl named Nancy Wanjiro.
Nilienda Pumwani, sasa ndio nikaenda, sikuwa na uchungu, nikawekwa chupa mbili ya maji. Sasa kesho yake ndio walimfuta, lakini nilikuwa na student. Na sikujua wakati huo Nancy ako na shida, hata nikitoka Pumwani, lakini hakuwa analia. Juu wale watoto wengine first born na second born hakuwa watoto wakulia, kafikiria ni kawaida tu. Sikuwa najua ni shida.
Even though she noticed something different with her child, Julia had no clue that the cause of it all was cerebral palsy.
Sasa nikuja kujua Nancy ako na shida akiwa mwaka na kitu. Nililaswa Bagabi akiwa na meningitis, pneumonia, ricket. Sikujua CP ni nini. Shingo yake ilikuwa inaanguka, lakini waliandika CP, lakini sikujua.
What followed was a runaway husband who left her to fend for herself and the children, something she confesses was not an easy task.
Mzee alitoroka mtoto akiwa mwaka moja. Alikuwaga anakuja, anaangalia mtoto. Finally akakaa mwezi moja hakuwa na hakuwa anatupea hata chakula. Tunaenda kuomba majirani. Na nilikuwa na watoto 3. Sasa huyu Nancy na wengine 2. First born ni kijana na second born kijana. Huyu ndiye last. Wakati alikuwa primary. Sasa mzee alitoroka akaenda. Sasa alikuja kurudi Nancy akiwa miaka 2.5, akielekea miaka 3.
Due to the huge responsibility attached to the children with special needs, Julia chose to quit her previous job and focus on caring for Nancy.
Mimi kitabu nilikuwa nashona vitambaa, lakini nilikuwa nashonea Garissa Road. Huyo mtoto nikalemewa, sasa nikarudisha mashini kwa nyumba. Huyo mama ndiye aliniambia na anifundisha vibeti kitu naweza saidia mtoto nayo na hao wengine.
When she could no longer afford the therapy-related expenses, she decided to enroll Nancy in school as a way of curbing the costs.
Alianzia akiwa na miaka 4. Ako miaka 2 shule, lakini kutoka shule ifunguliwe sijampeleka vizuri. Ni kifua, kungorota kifua na homa. Juu hata Kenyatta nimeenda sasa hii nilikuwa Januari, Februari nimeenda, narudi mwezi wa 4.
Through the help of a good friend, Julia mastered the art of beading and making handbags. Through this, she is able to put food on the table and manage other expenses.
Kuna mama anaishi hii bloko ingine, bloko hii ni bloko D, shosho. Hiyo shosho akaniambia, acha nikufundisha kushona vibeti. Hiyo niko sitakusaidia maisha yako na usaidia watoto. Sasa ndio naendelea kushona hata wakati huu. Kitu inanisukuma sasa ni mahali kwenda kuuza. Juu labda nikutane na mtu kwa njia nimwambie, na wale watu najua ndio nawauzia. Na capital saa zingine ni iko chini. Sijaenda jua soko, juu ile soko nilikuwa nimeenda ni Masai Market. Huko Globe huko chini. Sasa wakati nilienda niliteseka sana hiyo siku. Sikuuza. Nilikuwa naenda kuweka nikiweka mahali mtu ananiambia hapo ni kwake. Nikaenda nikaweka huko mwisho. Na huko mwisho sikupata customer. Ile shida nilipata ni ya kurudi. Nilikuwa na bag na mtoto na wheelchair. Sasa unaona pale Riverside gari za number 4 compliance. Walikuwa wananiona wataki kunibeba. Nilikaa hapo kutoka saa 11 mpaka saa 2. Na mimi niliingiza hizo vitu zangu kwa gari. Ni makaga alikuja akazuia watu kuingia kwa gari, akasema baba amekaa hapa sana, acha tumuingizie vitu kwa gari. Ndio akachukua ile sia akaweka kwa gari, alafu na ile mzigo nilikuwa nayo na mimi nikaingia.
Despite facing stigmatization from some people, she commends the society for lending a helping hand in time of need and wishes for the existence of an inclusive society that embraces persons with disabilities.
Hakuna mwenye alinitega. Juu nilikuwa nasaidia na marafiki na mabrother zangu wale wako huko. Kienda kuna njia, unasikia sasa mtu anaongea vibaya, sasa unanyamaza tu. Lakini kuna kazi yangu alinihudhi. Juu yuko ushauri anaambiaga watu mimi nilisaa kiwete. Lakini unajua hiyo kitu inaniumaga. Nikikumbuka mtoto wangu si ati nilimzaa akiwa na shida. Alikufuruto ndiye alikuja kushagia hiyo akue hivyo. Ukiwa na mtoto mlemavu, wazazi wanafaa washirikiane, wapende mtoto. Huyu mtoto anapenda upendo tu. Nancy naonaga penye mimi nime-experience. Nancy hata nikiingia kwa nyumba anachekaga, ananifurahia. Mimi sijaimtega. Nilimpenda kutoka hata akiwa hivyo. Wakati nilijua kuna shida venye nilielezewa, sikusikia vibaya. Mimi nisema Mungu akinipea alijua nitaweza.
'Cause we're differently abled, differently.
Now let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability.
Article 6 of the UN Convention states that state parties recognize that women and girls with disabilities are subject to multiple discrimination, and in this regard shall take measures to ensure the full and equal enjoyment by them of all human rights and fundamental freedoms.
That's all for today. Remember to be safe and help stop the spread of the deadly coronavirus. I am Beatrice Nyokabi.
And I'm Benson Mungai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.